Hello everyone, this is Nicole from Altenew. In this video, I'll be giving you a closer look at Craft a Flower Primrose Blossom Die Set, along with an instructions on how to layer each layers together to complete a full blossom look. In this packaging, you will see that it's a double bifold actually insert card that we started implementing on all of our standalone layering dies. And you can see that on the back of the packaging, there's a detailed instructions for you to follow. You can also screenshot this image right here on the screen to make sure you have all of the die pieces you need. I used Red Sunset, Green Meadow, and Summer Afternoon gradient cardstocks to create these die layers and make sure they are all adhered correctly with washi tape. And also on the back of it, I use our double-sided adhesive tape to make sure it's very easy for me to layer each pieces together without having to deal with gluing or taping each time. So I'm making sure that they are cut out correctly. I usually layer them up or align them so that it comes together as in the order that these dies were grouped. You'll notice that the same shaped flowers will be grouped together in the same order in each layer. So that just kind of gives you an easy way to figure out which part goes to which flower. For the first and the second layer, it's very straightforward and easy. You'll need to follow the outer shape of each flower and just line up the second layer on top of the first one. And because I used our double-sided adhesive tape, you can see that I am easily peeling off the release paper on the back of each die set or each die pieces and able to layer these up and adhere them without any hassle or dealing with glue residues. So now we're going to move on to the third layer. The third layer is a little bit tricky, but if you pay attention to what I am doing, you'll be able to get these together without any hassle. I first line up all of the pieces that are cut out to make sure they fit within the flower. So if you look at the layering guides on these, you'll notice that they line up with a center lines within the flower. So each layer has a distinctive center shape. So make sure you line these up so that you can layer them in a correct direction and orientation before you actually adhering it permanently. And you can see that I am able to find each pieces using the center portion cutout shape so that these fit perfectly in each flower. So now I'm going to go ahead and peel off the backing paper for the third layer and go ahead and adhere them. This one particular flower that I am working on actually have a tiny pieces that goes together. There are two tiny pieces, so make sure you don't lose them when you cut them out. And I'm going to refer to the layering guide. These fit in the top right and top left corner of that center portion of the flower, and you just need to line them up nicely with our cutout lines within the center area. So you can also refer to this picture I'm showing right here to line these up. Right, for the rest of them are pretty straightforward. We're just going to peel off the backing paper and then layer them on top of each other, making sure that the center areas are aligned perfectly. So let's go ahead and line the rest of them up, and I'll give you some time to catch up if you're following along. All right, now we are going to move on to the third layer, actually the fourth layer. And not all flowers have these, so make sure you pay attention to the layering guide and also the flower that I'm showing here. Each flower have each of these, maybe 2 or 3 flowers, have these tiny fourth layer that goes on top of each other. So I made sure that those are not lost when I am die cutting them with our die cutting machine and attaching them using the center cutout portion as well. So you can take a screenshot of the layering that I'm showing here, and you can also refer to our layering guide. So 3 of the 5 flowers have those 4th layer. Now let's go ahead and work on our center portion of the flower. These cutout pieces doesn't necessarily exactly fit within the center cutout area of the flowers. They are somewhat smaller, as you can see, but follow along the shape that's shown in each center portion of the flower, and also refer to the guide so that you can add the proper shape on top of each other. Now, on the flower center portion, there are 2 layers. So I added the bottom layers with some light orange color, and then the top layer just follows the outline of the center portion solid layers that we just added. So you just need to add that in a 1 bright color, and I used the yellow color here. Now we're going to move on to the leaves. These are much easier compared to the flowers that you just finished. I added the solid layers to be cut out with a darker green shade, and then for the medium green shade you'll be adding the 2nd layer for each leaf. And after that, you will notice that the large leaf have 1 more tiny piece that goes on top. So that one I cut out with the lightest green color that I have. This is supposed to be a highlight of that top portion of the flower, so you can go ahead and add those in. And that finishes the layering instruction portion of our Craft a Flower Primrose Blossom layering dice set. I hope you found this helpful. Here are some inspirations from our wonderful design team members. If you want to see more inspirations and also download a digital format of the layering guide, make sure to go to altenew.com and check out the product listing for this dice set. Thank you so much for watching.